Personally, my experience, I would say, was different from a lot of people's. I'm not gonna throw names out there, but there was definitely times that it was made clear that I was a walk-on, and it's funny. Like a lot of the guys, like Kinlaw, Brian Edwards, anytime they walked into the locker room, it's, hey, Gavin, good morning. How are you doing? Having normal conversations. And it was, from my experience, I can't speak for everybody else's, but from my experiences, the players, they didn't care. You were their brother, and they treated you as such. They didn't care if you were a walk-on, full scholarship, half scholarship, whatever. Now, from a specific coach's standpoint, it was made very clear to me that I was a walk-on, and that was my sole purpose, was to be a scout team player. I was not told that from the jump. That was made very apparent to me, I would say fall camp, freshman year. And, but, some people can sit there and take that different ways. Some people can say, oh, I'm a scout team player. I'm never going to play. But I took that as a challenge because I wasn't supposed to be here in the first place. I'll never forget, my offensive coordinator in high school told me, he found out that I got offered. I didn't even tell him. And he goes, oh, maybe someday they'll feel bad for you and put you on PAT field goal when you're like a sixth-year senior. And I took that as a challenge. So, like when and I'm not going to throw names out there, but there was a specific coach that pulled me aside and he goes, I had actually talked to him earlier. I'm like, Coach, can I start getting some reps? I feel like I know the plays. And I think I can compete. He goes, that's not your role on this team. Your role is to line up in front of that guy and make him better. And I took that as a challenge. And you can ask any of those guys. I came out with an attitude every single day where I don't care if you're supposed to go to the NFL or you're a last string guy. I'm going to give you my 100%. But, and for me, because Trey Atkins, I went to Bible study with him. We're still very good friends, even though I'm not still playing. And to see where he came from and where he is now, I can't be more proud of him. Great guy. There's never any question about his effort. And I'm happy for him. And I can sit there and be like, oh, I was a walk-on. I gave the same, if not more effort or whatever. But at the end of the day, I think of anybody, I think Trey deserved it more than anyone. He's a team player. He's a great guy. But how do I say this? When it comes to the different positions, walk-ons were treated very differently. If I'm going to be honest, I was there for 2 years and never received a playbook. I used to, because we have our little key cards. Right. I asked the coach, I said, can I get a playbook? He said, no. I said, okay. So what I used to do was I used to go and sneak into the offices after the coaches left every day. And I would go on their computer. I figured out the password. It was like easy. It was like 1, 2, 3 something. It was like Gamecocks 1, 2, 3. I'd type in that and I would just sit there and I would play the clips, look at the plays, and I'd write them down in a little journal. And so the scholarship guys got iPads.
Yeah.
I didn't have the pleasure of getting the iPads. So instead of like looking at the playbook and watching the clips at home, I'd sneak over there like 9:30, and I would just sit there and I'd write down meticulously every single play. And I'd watch all the practice film, and I'm like, okay, I didn't do good on this play. And I'd write down in my notes because I didn't get to watch myself in the meetings and stuff like that. Right. And yeah, so, I can't speak for every position group, nor every player's experience, but in my time there, I definitely felt that I was a walk-on, but I for some reason, I just took it different. I'm like, why can't I be the greatest walk-on ever? Why can't I be the biggest team player? Why can't I be one of the guys? And you know, when given adversity, you can sit there and you can roll over and you can take it, or you can say, come on, I want more. And that's kind of what I chose to do, because I you know, I'm a go-getter. The first day I stepped out there, I was 50 pounds underweight. I'm like, why am I not starting? Like, because I think I'm awesome and I'm going to give 100% effort.
Right.
But, you know, and, you know, the dice rolled the way they did. And, you know, I wasn't that guy. But as you were saying earlier, like with the mullet thing, I tried to take that to the next level. If I can't be the best player on the field, why can't I be the best player on the sideline? Why can't I get the crowd hype, you know? So, but yeah, that was my walk-on experience. It was definitely made clear to me, you know, you are here to be a walk-on and a scout team player solely. And, you know, that's how it happened, but, you know, I'm a better man for it. So